We don't know about Katie, but we have a quorum to start, so let's get. Okay, we're gonna get started.
I don't have a.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, they're here.
She's here.
Oh,
Can we get Kate?
okay. There she is. I'm sorry. No, don't be sorry.
Can we get
Okay,
her
so
name?
pursuant to the provisions of 2.68030 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, please take notice that decisions of the Nashville Public Library may be appealed to the Chancery Court of Davidson County for review under common law writ of certiorari. Any appeal must be filed within 60 days after entry of a final decision by the board. Any person or other entity considering an appeal should consult with an attorney to ensure that time and procedural requirements are met. And regarding public comments pursuant to TCA 8-44-12, time is reserved at the beginning of the library board meetings for which there is an actionable item on the agenda for public comment germane to items on the agenda. Up to 5 people will be allowed up to 3 minutes each to speak. Speakers must register within 1/2 hour prior to the beginning of the meetings by signing their name on a physical sign-up sheet available at the entrance and identifying any agenda item on which they intend to comment. Do we have anybody today?
There's nothing on
Okay. You know, I don't really have any comments other than it's good to see everybody. I think the month off is good. We saved some trees, I know, by not having a meeting. But I don't have anything. Just want to welcome everybody back from summer break. The minutes, you were sent the minutes in advance. Any corrections or additions to the minutes?
Move approval.
I will second that.
Katie move approval, Charles second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion passed unanimously. There you are. Come on in. Come on down, as they say. Okay. Next, on the agenda, Terry, with the library director report.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's so nice to see everybody. I am really excited today to be able to welcome our new assistant director for the main library, Chantel Clark. So I am going to have her come up and tell a little bit about herself, but I just wanted to say that yesterday was her first day with us, and so I'm confident that her extensive experience in providing strategic leadership and oversight of public services and strategic initiatives will be an asset to NPL. So now I'm going to ask her to come up and share a bit.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Chantel Clark. Wonderful to be here. I have been a librarian for almost 13 years. I started my career actually in Nashville. I'm from Minneapolis, but I was in library school looking to get some experience and started my career at Fisk University. I knew I really wanted to move into public service, so I also hit up NPL and said, hey, do you guys have any internships? So I did a special collections, it was a public history internship while I was working at Fisk. And I really love working with collections, but I love serving the public. So since then, I've had a career in mostly public libraries. I've worked for the Las Vegas Clark County Library District in various roles, from branch manager to regional manager, where I supervised about a 4,000 square foot service area, half of Southern Nevada. From there, I moved to Milwaukee Public Library, which is, Milwaukee is where I got my library degree from. And there, for the last few years, I've been serving as the Associate Library Director of Public Services. So I oversaw 12 branches, our central library, our education and outreach unit, our events and programming, and I think I'm missing one. But I had an opportunity to do a lot of restructuring while I was there, a lot of kind of post-COVID, bringing us back out of that. And so I have always loved Nashville. My daughter was born in Nashville, and I have a lot of family and friends here, so it's wonderful to be back. And NPL is so respected in the library world, so when I saw the opportunity, I had to I had to go for it. So I'm so excited to be here and looking forward to working with all of you.
Welcome. We're glad to have you. We're looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
So I'm also getting ready. We have the applications and the questions and the panel ready to interview for the Assistant Director for Innovations, Collections, and Technology. So Emily is going to be scheduling those interviews. John Griffey, who is our interim ITS Director, and Will Ingram, who is CEO of Technology.
Chief Technology.
Yes.
Chief Information.
Yes, thank
Chief
you.
Thank
Information
you. He
Officer.
knows
Yeah.
better.
Yes.
Jarvis knows better than I.
At
I'm just one of the
at
best.
Belmont. So they will be on the interview panel. So looking forward to getting that position hired and start the onboarding process. So I didn't put Maine as a separate agenda item because I've been trying to send emails to everyone to update you on where we are. So just some bullet points about the Maine restoration. Earlier this month, the leadership team received an update with the experts leading the restoration process at the Maine Library. And during some recent additional assessments, because walls had to be opened, they identified further work on the building's fire safety systems. This is in addition to the already thorough cleaning that has been happening since June to address the smoke and soot issues. When we do reopen Maine, it will be the cleanest that it has been in 25 years. So we do not know at this time. I don't want to put a date out when we don't know what that date is. So we will let everyone know as soon as we know, because once the work is actually done, then we also have to have independent third-party inspectors who will need to certify that this work can, before we reopen. So we'll have to have codes, and we'll have to have the fire marshal come out as well. So I wanted to let everyone know that we are committed to reopening as quickly and as safely as possible, and we're following the lead of the experts to get us there. I also really, really want to thank the staff across the system. Everyone's continuing to step up and serve in a variety of ways, whether it's behind the scenes or it's actually the main staff working not only in the branches, but going out into, the community to serve them as well. So, for example, in September alone, we have more than 50 free programs for children and families and local students, as well as monthly and weekly free programs for adults. One of the neatest examples is that since school began, the Maine Library Teen Center staff, they have gone to UMFOG High School Mondays through Thursdays. The school library staff, they even agreed to stay, 2 extra hours and keep the library open so that the teen staff, because those are teens that walk up to us, and so we're walking to them. So I think that that's really, such a great thing. And in addition, to the hundreds of free programs already that the branches offer on a regular basis. So, okay, Katie said she has a question.
I have a question just before we move on to
Sure.
Is what they discovered, is that only in the conference center or is that in other parts of Maine?
So it is in the conference center. Okay. What they discovered actually was there when the main library opened 25 years ago, but once they opened and it was, they found it, now we have to address it. Yeah. But the thing is that because it's fire safety, we can't open the other part, because our goal was to open the other parts of the library while they finish the conference center. But until the fire safety issues are taken care of, we can't do that. And Susan's here, and she's been daily involved, so if she has anything else to share. So again, I just want to recognize our staff and thank them publicly, and thank our customers because, they have really, we've seen our customers from Maine, the Maine staff has seen them at our other locations, and so we know that they're going. And I know we're all eager to welcome our customers back at Maine as soon as possible. One silver lining coming out of this experience is how we have seen just how much our customers have embraced NPL during this time and how much we already know they love us. But again, just the fact that they continue to, use our other facilities while Maine is closed. So what this shows us is that Maine is more than a building, it's a community. Let's see. So that's anything else on Maine before I move on?
How long has it been now?
It was June 10th, so almost 3 months. Mm-hmm.
Seems a lot longer.
I know.
What's going to happen with the parking garage?
Well, that's a good question. So I want everybody to know that the parking garage, everybody calls it the library garage, but it is under the purview of NDOT. And so the thing that's happened with that is that they've had 3 structural engineers. The first one of them said we could open the first 3 floors of the parking garage on our side of the parking garage. The second one said, no, you have to level it. And now there's a third one that is examining everything that is a parking garage specialist. So not only are they a structural engineer, but they also have a specialty. And so when I met with the mayor last week, they said it probably will be another month before we'll know about, because one of the things is, and Susan's actually seen it closer than I have, is that they can't even get to the one ramp is melted, and so they can't even get to those, what's there to find out what caused the fire. So that's why nothing has officially come out about that. And you feel badly, like if you have a car in that garage, you can't get it out, and your insurance company is, they don't have a car to examine, so we get a lot of calls at the main number about, what do I do about my car? So,
Well, ma'am,
Yes.
a quick observation. Again, by me being a CIO, that stands for Chief Information Officer.
Thank you, Charles.
Just make sure everybody understand. When you look at the data in this booklet, it shows that the community has adjusted to the situation. And the numbers look pretty good.
mm-hmm.
So I commend the staff, whatever you're doing to get the public to come in and receive service from the library, the evidence is showing you're doing a great job. So I thank you for that. So pages, 15 all the way up to like pages 24. Because I was just looking at it again because I read it earlier, and just like data doesn't lie, the evidence is clear. So thank you again.
So when we initially thought that this was just going to be a couple of weeks, our limitless libraries, which wasn't in process because school hadn't started yet. But now that school has started, we actually, when we met yesterday, talked about moving limitless library staff to Edmondson Pike so that then the truck from NPN and MNPS can actually pick up those materials to go out like we normally would have them pick up from the main library. So, our delivery service is out at the old Donaldson. Our materials collection staff, some of them are at Southeast checking in books, the new books, so that our customers are getting those materials as well. So, everyone just has pulled together to make sure that we're doing the best we can in a situation that, we did not plan for. So, any other questions about Maine? Okay, so I've had, within the past 2 weeks, I've had 2 meetings with Mayor O'Connell. The first one was to go over the library's key strategies from last fiscal year to talk about, all of we've had wonderful numbers that we could show when I met with him. And then we also discussed our key strategies for FY26. I included those when I sent the board packet on Saturday. And it was just a really, really good meeting. His performance management manager, Clifton Pay, has been working with me on the continuous improvement plan, also on the customer service survey. And it was just a really feel good. They love the library and they're very grateful for everything that we're doing. And he said, the thing is that they understand about Maine and, they want us to open quickly, but at the same time safely, so that we have their support. The other meeting now, he has implemented a quarterly meeting with me, and that we weren't doing that before because I report to you all as the board, and so now he is, for larger departments, having a quarterly meeting. So I was able to set the agenda. We have 30 minutes, and so this time we talked about collections, which I will give you an update on next month because our agenda is so packed for today. But just really, it was nice because it gave me an opportunity. He didn't know that 70% of our, circulation of materials was ebooks. He didn't know that they cost, $79, and that we are now Noel just changed the numbers on me, 24th out of 32 with our libraries in terms of funding. And so it just was it's a really good opportunity to be able to have that, with him. So next, if there's not any questions about that, we are beginning a recycling pilot. We have had staff that have really advocated because we had to discontinue that service because of some changes that were made by the companies, not by us. So we are working with General Services and staff at Hermitage, Edmondson Pike, Madison, and North to come up with pilot locations where we can recycle items within those locations. And our hope is that we'll be able to add locations as we go. But just wanted everybody to know that, we really I enjoy having the collaboration with General Services, and that's their expertise, and so them helping us to make this happen. And we picked different locations with because you get different services based on where you are. And Susan, you can correct me at any time, but so we tried to pick branches that would have different services so that when we did roll it out, we had an example of all of those. The next thing on my notes is capital spending plan presentation. So every September, I go with Susan. We do a presentation to the mayor's office and to finance. And so that is it's already next week, right? 2 weeks. Okay, yeah. But anyways, we're ready. I think I checked it off because we've already have the PowerPoint ready to go, and now Susan just has to do the financial piece of it for me. So we'll be asking for the same things that we did last year. Richland Park is in design development, but now we need funding to build it. We're still working with General Services to find a location for Hadley Park, and then all of the other ones that are in priority order as you go. But those are our top two that we will be asking for. Sorry, Jarvis.
My apology for disturbing you on that one. So when you say new location for Hadley Park, are you suggesting maybe moving from its current location, maybe not partnering up with the Department of Parks to use their property to maybe look at that as a potential location?
So it isn't actually, and Susan, please help. It's not actually parks. It's the fact that Metro was trying to buy the Wendy's that was at the corner.
Okay.
And then there's a community center in between, and then there's the library. Yeah. The hard thing is we haven't been able to negotiate for that property, and that because we already did an assessment, we know that it is very difficult for us to be able to build a 20,000 square foot library with the parking we need on that little piece of property that we have. So we did talk with Parks. MDHA was really good about cooperating with us, but we just don't have enough space. And so now our next thing is we'll be meeting with TSU in next week to talk about working, maybe with them. But we do know and we understand based on the community input sessions that we had 5 years ago is that the community would prefer to have it in that location.
I would
And-
agree.
Yeah, and General Services has worked really hard. Gerald Smith came in and he hit the ground running about that, and he just hasn't been able to get that last piece of property
Sorry
for
for
us.
disturbing you. I will withdraw or hold back.
No, that's okay.
Good question.
It was a very good question.
Thank you.
On the Richland Park, remind me, I'm sure we've talked about this, but is that going to be 2 stories? Is that still? okay,
Yes,
that's
because
the
we
plan?
need to build on the current property where we are, so we'll come forward as much as we can and go up.
And go up. So it'd be the same footprint generally, but you'll be coming forward, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Tree stay?
Sorry?
Does the tree stay or the tree go?
Which
tree?
Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tree.
Which tree?
Which tree?
That big, huge.
Well, that was the problem, is if you
I
went
know.
out, you lost the tree, I think. Maybe you've worked around that, I don't know.
I'll withdraw the question.
A center atrium. Yeah.
Okay. So the other piece of the capital spending plan is we also have to ask for 4% funds. Last year, we were very fortunate that we were able to get the 4.5 million for our collections and materials, but we also didn't get ongoing maintenance money because we did get the collections funds. So now it's back to not only do we have to ask for collections and materials money, we need to ask for ongoing maintenance money. We also need to ask for fixtures, furniture, and equipment for the Green Hills renovation. So that's like 600,000 plus. And last year, Metro ITS is no longer funding the server replacements. And so fortunately, Larry found out about that the day before budget was due. And so Susan was able to add that. We did get 400,000 already towards that, but we need about 750,000. So Larry's doing total, exactly, a total. So that's part of our ask when we go before. But like I said, Noel has given us really great information for justification for the materials. And so feel comfortable. This is, I think, the 3rd one that I'll be doing. But I'll send the PowerPoint once we finalize it, just once we have the numbers in. The continuous improvement plan meetings, now that Dr. De La Rosa is back. The mayor was very impressed with it. First of all, he turned to Clifton, who's the performance management manager, and said, "Clifton, were you involved in this?" And he said, "Absolutely." And he said, "It's great." He said, "I'm really proud of the library, and I love working with them." And so now he'll also be helping us with our customer service survey that hopefully we'll be working with Vanderbilt, a graduate class, to do that next. But our continuous improvement plan is in place. We started it July 1st and August 27th. I actually did 2 WebEx sessions with any and all staff that would like to attend, and they could ask any questions that they had about it, because again, this was from the bottom up. This was from the survey that we took. Our 2 areas right now are staffing and internal communication to provide better customer service, both internally and externally. So,
Parts related to the different employees and librarians, will that be a part of their evaluation? To anything that they have to make sure that gets done for their continuous improvement plan, will that be a part of their evaluation?
yeah, so there's supervisors. Like for us with managers, we'll be looking at, part of this is, are they having monthly meetings with their staff individually? Are they having monthly meetings with their staff as a group? Because those are things that, dependent on the manager, sometimes those were happening and sometimes they weren't. And so those are all things that, yes, we'll be holding people accountable for. So. And our next continuous improvement plan will be on identifying and prioritizing our services and programs. But we want to wait till we do the survey, the customer service survey, and with stakeholders, so we also know what the priorities are for our customers. I also want to recognize some staff. I attended the 2025 Mayor Service Awards on September 3rd. Mayor Connell presents awards to employees with 30 or more years. there were actually 150 employees across Metro that had 30 or more years. But our own Robert Wilson and Kelvin Thomas have served NPL for 30 years, and Angia Jones 40 years. So just
Their position?
so Angia is at North. She's she works in the circulation area. We have let's see. So who else did I say? Robert Wilson is in shared systems, and Kelvin. So Robert, it's Bob Wilson. So he works in shared systems, which is where, with collections and technology. And then Kelvin is in maintenance. And again, you just don't know what you would do without these folks, their experience and their passion for what they do. And Angia, it was so neat. She was just the smile on the face when you come up, because the mayor, you get your picture taken with him and your department head, and you get the certificate. It was just a good good day. So again, just thanks to each of these staff members for their dedication and commitment to providing quality customer service. So 2 last things, because I know this is because we didn't meet last month. I know too much stuff. On Friday, it was really exciting. I attended Governor Lee presented the Donaldson branch with the Governor's Environmental Stewardship Award. I know, it was very impressive. It was, they said there was lots of applicants, and General Services actually submitted this from their department, but they invited me to attend with them at their table, because there was, we have a really great collaboration with General Services, and but there are 10 different awards given, but this was the one given for building award, and so this is like the 3rd or 4th award now that the Donaldson branch has received, and next month Kate Wingate will come and show you the video that we submitted as part of the International IFLA Award. So lots of really good awards for that project. The last thing is I just wanted to acknowledge that Hermitage Branch celebrated their 25th anniversary. The library was in the current building and celebrated a successful 5 in 5 on August 25th through the 28th. Over 237 community members, but also council members attended. So Aaron Evans, council member Evans, was excited to call bingo games at Family Bingo. And then there was a story time with council member Jordan Huffman, and council member Russ Bradford also attended. So we just have really good relationships with the council members, and it's so nice that, they support us in all of these things we do. And kudos to Emily Talbot and her staff, and to Marcom for promoting it. It was a really, really good event. So that's it. Sorry.
Gary, can I ask?
Yes.
On the Limitless Library, on page 21, Limitless Libraries, I don't know, maybe you mentioned this, I don't know, but materials circulated. In previous years, the graph goes up in August when school starts.
Mm-hmm.
This year, it stayed flat. Why is that?
Because they haven't been able to do Limitless Library. So because of Maine being closed, that's where the Limitless Library staff works out of. And so when we just thought that the Maine was going to only be closed until the end of July, we didn't make arrangements, because you have all the check-in of materials, you have delivery involved with all that, you have to coordinate with MNPS. So that'll go up next month, because we're arranging to have the Limitless Library staff work out of the Edmondson Pike Library. So no, that was a good catch.
Can I ask you, in wireless data usage, like everything in the report goes up with the exception of what Kent said, Kent, listen to me.
Thank you, Edith.
But the wireless data is down, which is surprising. So what is that?
The main library.
Pardon?
What page are you on?
The main library, I'm sure,
17.
with the main library being down.
Say it
people
again.
are
No,
not
but
able
it's
to connect to it.
pages 9 and 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just,
So
that's perplexing.
no, that's a result of that we have such a large number of customers because, you know, we have people experiencing homelessness. And so a large number use that wireless at the main library all the time. And we haven't been opened. So that's why it's down.
But it's down everywhere. Anyway.
I wish Larry was here earlier for the setup. And he is our wireless expert. So.
Well, all right.
But I think
Yeah.
from a technology trend too, a lot of people are using their own data wireless service versus connecting to a public service. And a lot of people, like myself, I tell people all the time, like, don't connect to a public wireless infrastructure because of virus reasons. So, you know, so people might be a little bit more cautious.
So that's what this wireless is.
That
It is
means,
connecting
some of our
to,
customers don't have a choice, and this is an amazing asset.
yeah.
But I do agree with
Yeah.
Terry's observation. That's why I say I think the data's still good, because I kind of figured with Maine being down, that's why the wireless services probably went down for that particular location, which probably account for majority of.
But if you look on
number.
page 9, it is down the most at Maine, for sure.
Sure.
But Bellevue, 40, almost, 47%, 46%.
And then Pruitt and Luby are off the charts up, so we just need Larry.
No, but part of that is, I mean, honestly, people are using, technology in such a different way. I mean, when we first had just regular PCs, that was like everyone came in, they used it. Now people have their own phones. So, now they have their own, like before wireless used to be cost prohibit. I mean, for them to have it on their phone, but now they can just connect to their own. Yeah. So.
I would imagine some of it is seasonal as well.
Yeah,
It's
school.
the summer, school's out.
Yeah, school
That's
is
an
just
interesting
starting in. Yeah.
Does that indicate that we need to be rethinking how we do public access?
No, because I think we still need to be able to provide, because we even during COVID added exterior Wi-Fi so people could be in our parking lots and still do that. So we will still need to provide that service because not everyone can afford it.
And I'm going to add a little bit more to that. Coming from an IT background, just don't put an SH in front of IT. From an AI perspective, that's going to change. Because right now, for those who don't know, if you're using AI, you could do searches on other people's AI requests and find out what data people are asking for. So
I don't need a Wi-Fi connection to do that, though. Isn't it faster, better, easier? And that's what we're
yeah,
talking
faster,
about.
better, easier, but more access too. More people could get access to your
You mean if you're logging into a
your
public?
devices, if it's not
system.
properly protected. Yes.
Say it again, if you're logging into a public system and you do it for AI, then what?
Well, it's not just in a public system, but I'm just saying, just in general, AI is going to change a lot of how the way we're going to do things technology-wise. I would say even less than a year from now, the whole infrastructure is going to the whole networking infrastructure is going to pretty much change. I wouldn't be surprised, David, what's his name?
John McFarland.
I mean, John, sorry.
No, that's
I'm thinking
okay.
David. Well, John would probably go to Terry and say, Metro is going to change our whole infrastructure process of how the way we access wireless by probably next about 6 months or so.
And one of the things with Bellevue is remember that they had that flood in the library, and so some of those numbers are going to so there's a
46
variety of
down,
reasons, like when we
46%.
close to the library for renovations and even just repairs. Those are numbers that would go down. But I can definitely follow up with an email, Kate, when I talk
It
to
would just be
Larry.
interesting to see, and if it is seasonal, that's one thing, but it just seems pretty green, the changes.
Well, can I ask another down question? On page 23, the program trends and program attendance trends, is that because of Maine? It's down rather than up.
Right. So there's a couple of things with the programs. One is that when we do close the facilities, that we don't, we don't have the building open to be able to do the programs. Maine, when you think about Wishing Chair and you think about the children's programs that are done there, that is a significant number of programs and attendance. But the other thing is, during the last year, we also have, Jenna is still getting, hiring the 7 additional positions that we received in the budget for the neighborhood branches. So what was happening is that when we have somebody call out, when they're on vacation, when something happens, our goal is to keep the library open. So we have to keep people on the desk serving the public. So sometimes that means that we can't do the program. So we have talked about and seen that number and discussed, but Maine is a huge piece of that. Because of Wishing Chair and the children's. When you see the garage on Tuesdays and you know it's time for Brett.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, but good
It's probably
question.
still gonna be down if we can't get access to the garage.
What's that?
It's probably still gonna be down if we can't get in the garage.
Exactly.
I mean, I just don't think people are gonna, I mean, it's hard enough to come downtown,
Right.
but if you don't have anywhere to park, I just,
That's why I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we can use the first 3 floors.
That'll
But
be a fight. Imagine when you had 7 floors, you had to get there an hour and a half early. So,
Well, I'll put in a plug for Choose How You Move and ride the bus and come downtown when we reopen.
well, yeah, okay, I'll do that, but I'm not the
I
only
know,
one coming.
I get it.
you don't have your 18-month-old with you,
But-
Yeah, right,
or 2.
yeah. It just, this just seems like it's just creeping along with this whole thing. Has anybody read this book,
can do.
Abundance?
Yes.
Nothing, and the problem is nothing we can do. We'll wait.
Well, everybody ought to read Abundance, or at least read part
Okay,
of it.
got that on the list. This might be a Jarvis question, but a Terry question too, because I know at Belmont, there's a conference, and I did call the mayor's office to invite the person who's over the city to look at this whole AI thing and Chat GPT. What is administration going to have to put in place to know how employees are using that? You know, and how that's affecting the library. You know, what are we doing and copying, and I mean, there's all those kind of conversations too. So, and I know we don't have the person in place yet, but we've invited the city because we have to begin to look at all of that.
Right, so I think it'll be interesting. Joyce, Rosalind, myself, and Larry Jarek, who's our ITS manager, will be attending a webinar, and not in a couple Saturdays, to go over both intellectual freedom and AI. So hopefully we'll be able to bring some things back after we attend that. So,
Be looking forward to that report.
okay.
And I want to ask one more question
Yes.
while on yours. On a happier note,
Oh, good.
we have been advised we can't vote on anything that's not listed under new business in this meeting, but I would like to put under new business in the next meeting for us to vote on passing a resolution to congratulate and recognize our 3 employees, just as the mayor did.
Yes, good
for,
suggestion, thank you.
Angia, Bob, and Kelvin.
Okay.
And have them here, have them not here.
Well, if they
wherever
want to
we
come, they
meet.
can come, but
Yeah, no, we want to see them. It's something in your report about library card sign-up month. I don't know if you.
Andrea's going to report
Okay,
on that.
okay,
It's
all
on
right.
the agenda.
Okay. Is that it? Any more questions for Terry? So we'll move to Sean with the foundation report.
I just have a couple things. One, want to make sure that you all received an invite to the Foundation's annual board meeting. And so that is Tuesday, September 23rd. It's at noon at the Donaldson branch. At our annual meeting, we love to have the library board members be a part of that as well. So if you didn't get an invite or you haven't let us know if you can attend, please please get in touch with me. It's a good opportunity for the two boards to interact and for you all to see who's all on the foundation board, and then also for the foundation board to meet some of the rest of the library board members. So hope that you'll be able to make that.
Where is it located again?
At the Donaldson branch. Just a quick update on Begin Bright. The fundraising is still going strong. We've shifted our focus, and we're now engaging with several house parties. Every couple months, we have a house party, and that Kate hosted one, which was wonderful. That usually brings in, anywhere from 20 to 60 people who just we want to be aware of the program, and also invite them to participate in giving. So if you know of anybody that you interact with that you feel like you want to be sure that they know about Begin Bright, the house parties are a great way for us to do that. So feel free to share names or ideas with me, or Katie is, as you all know, is instrumental in helping with that. So would love to continue, and I would say really kind of that's our focus for this fiscal year, is these house parties, while the program is being piloted. And so it's nice to be able to engage people early on. Once the program is fully operational, then we'll start to look if there are funding opportunities that go beyond Nashville. But right now, we're really focusing on the support here in Nashville. The last thing I'll mention is we have worked with the library, particularly William Kirkpatrick and Brett, to purchase a new puppet truck. And so the puppet truck has been purchased. They've added the lift gate, all the things. The last thing is putting a wrap on it, and it should be hitting the road in the next couple weeks. This was to replace a 2000, meaning year 2000, puppet truck, which has been well loved, well used, and received a lot of miles. So we're excited to have a new one that we're not paying as much in maintenance on, but we'll really be able to make sure that it's out in the community as much as possible. To that note, the new, not the one just purchased, but the newer puppet truck, so the library has two puppet trucks, was is maybe a 2011. So that was our new one. We are probably going to need to be replacing that we're looking at this fiscal year as well. So we are doing some fundraising to see if we can make that happen as well. But it's been really nice when Maine has been closed that we've got the puppet trucks that continue to keep the programs going out throughout the branches and into the community as well. Last thing, I know I talked in our meeting 2 months ago just about the gala, but plans are well underway for that. I think I had alluded to, we were looking at a partnership with MBA for the gala, and that has been solidified. So we're excited that they'll be hosting us Saturday evening. Saturday morning, we'll be at MLK once again. And so hope you put one or both of those events on your calendar.
NBA is going to be in the gym?
It is.
Okay.
That's in the gym?
We looked at the dining hall. That will hold 300. So we will actually be able to hold more than we've ever held. So one advantage of this year is we're hoping to, we've always had to really be careful of how many can be seated in the grand reading room. So we're really hoping to be able to expand our numbers this year. So, and also for some, we've talked with our patrons and corporate sponsors, and we've really heard great feedback of, oh, that'll actually be easier than going downtown. Right. So this would be a great opportunity. So if any of you know of people you would love to invite, the invitation should be hitting the mail in the next week or two. I have digital invites that I could circulate as well. If you would like that, if that's easier for you to share.
It's gonna be
with-
black tie, right? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, it's kind of relaxed a little bit. So yes, a lot come in black tie, but it's not. I think.
Not that
I
they
remember
won't
the
let you, not let you
language we
in.
use, but it's one step below.
So what does NBA charge for to use their gym?
Completely free. They have been lovely to work with. We are so fortunate. Lucy Haynes really helped to make that partnership. So if you know the head of school there, or just anyone there in leadership, please just let them know, anyone on the board, that we're really grateful. Because at this point, for us to pivot, there were very few options that would hold 400 plus people, and there were even less affordable options at this late, and they have been more than gracious of opening their doors. So definitely look forward to seeing as many of you
Parking will
possible.
be easy for 400.
Parking will be a lot easier. Yeah.
Thank you, Sean. I will not be able to come that day because I do have to work. I think there was a work conflict that day on the 23rd. So, but
For
I
the
hope
annual board
For the
meeting.
board meeting, but I hope people can come and go.
Claudia just texted me, we're saying formal wear. Formal wear.
Claudia watching this?
She is watching.
Oh, that's freaky.
She does not.
Hi, Claudia.
No, our staff had asked for the meeting to be live streamed, so anyone across the system can watch live right now.
People do watch.
They
'cause
do
say,
watch, yep.
"We saw you." It's like they do watch. It's great. They can find out firsthand.
So Anna, you want to come and talk about the NASA contracts? Well, tell us what pages too.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to seek approvals for one contract.
I wanted to know what page. I don't have a full packet, so I don't know what
Here.
page.
You want to tell
to
them what
the-
pages on mine? Tara's looking at mine.
98.
Crazy. Gotten so thick, we may need to tab it. This is getting more and more expensive.
You need to create an app.
Or I didn't have the
Create an app.
package.
Create an app for the
okay.
So,
contracts.
my first request is about approving Why We Can't Wait contract amendment of $54,200 to provide mentorship programming at Metro Juvenile Justice Detention Center. This program has been funded by Wallace Foundation as a pilot program for 2 years and has been really successful. So after conversation with the court administration, we decided to seek Metro funding to continue to sustain this program. And this is one of our longer-serving partners as a regular after-school provider. Their approach with incarcerated youth is specifically interesting because they apply case management model, which means that even after release, they follow these young people into their communities, help them reconnect with schools, help them find jobs. And what I've learned from the court administration is now every other youth is asking them to be present at their court hearing. So they have been able to build really strong relationships with these young men and trust. So it is a little different from regular NASA funding, but it creates a lot of impact. So I'm really grateful that Metro Council approved additional funding for us to continue
Great.
sustaining this program. So they will be serving on average 40 young people per month, and they're on annual basis, this number may be more, but that's usually an average number of detained youth in the center. So we're pretty much making sure that everyone who's in the center has access to this program. So with that, I would like to seek your approval for this amendment, please.
Motion on the floor, Kate and Katie. Any other questions?
With this having a workforce development component, I think this is awesome.
So they do have a partnership with community youth workforce organizations. Yes, whenever possible, they will place them to work opportunities or, in trades, learning a specific profession or whatnot. So this organization is really very focused on continuous services, so they won't drop them. That's why I mentioned the case management model helps them connect with resources when they're released.
Where is it located?
It's on Cleveland Street. It's pretty close from here. There is a church on Cleveland Street. Well, the program itself is there, but they go to detention center because they need to program inside the center.
Other questions or discussion on the contract with Metro NASA? There's a motion on the floor, second. There's no further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposition? You approved.
Thank you. My second request is for a new contract with an organization called Black Lemonade, a returning. Oh, it should be next.
Why we can't wait? No, that's
Keep
good.
going past it, I guess.
108? No. I'm sorry, I don't have a packet myself.
You know what we might do for further agendas? Put the page number on the agenda, then we can, yeah. Then we won't be flipping. Here it is. It's, Why We Can't Wait.
Yeah, we've done that one.
Black
Black
lemonade.
Lemonade. So 109.
No, 109.
It says
actually.
grant
It
contract
might be
between and
earlier.
Black
It's
Lemonade.
earlier than that. It's earlier than that.
What page, Joy?
I'm going 109 Black
page-
Lemonade.
80.
What came first?
Yeah, I think it's 109.
It's
Yeah,
109.
I think so. Check that. Grant, it
It's
says
109.
grant contract between Metropolitan Government National
And Black
and Black
Lemonade.
Lemonade.
Okay, yes, that's it.
Okay.
So this is, again, a returning partner, and they will be serving 90 students in after-school and 60 students for summer, next summer. The after-school programs will be offered in 4 schools: Antioch Middle, Margaret Allen, McKissick, and Two Rivers. In some of the schools, they are the only provider, and they have one summer program site which was offered near Preston Taylor, but they're moving it. It was a church. They're moving it to TSU campus because it's a safer space, but it's one location serving 60 kids. It's a large program. So the total funding would be $174,796 for this fiscal year, and I seek approval for that.
I move.
I will second.
Okay.
Okay. Motion by Katie, second by Jarvis, to approve this contract with Black Lemonade. Any other questions or discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed. Okay, motion carried. Black Lemonade.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Anna. Susan, you're up with ESL, Oasis, and open range increase.
Okey dokey. I too do not have the big packet, so I believe it starts on page 126.
My numbers.
It looks like
Oh,
Black
sorry,
Lemonade.
127. So we have 2 grant contracts that we need to discuss. One is we received ESL grants, and Martasia is going to tell you a little bit about it.
Okay.
You need to be with the microphone, so up there. Martasia Bailey is our grants coordinator.
Okay. Martasia?
Yes,
Okay,
Martasia.
thank you.
Hi, Martasia again. Back in June, we were awarded by the Carnegie Corporation for the Libraries as Pillars of Education and Democracy grant. It was for $450,000 to begin leveled ESL classes at select branch locations. We are starting the planning phase of that program, and to do that, we have to get 2 contracts approved for our partner organizations. Nashville International Center for Empowerment, as well as the branch of Nashville. Let's see, just a second, guys. So the branch of Nashville will hold classes at the Southeast location, and then NICE will hold classes at Donaldson, Madison, Edmondson, Pike, Thompson Lane, and Hermitage. So far, we've received $280,000 from the corporation, with the $170,000 left. And both contracts are to get the classes started for the amount of, one second, it's a little far down, guys. NICE will be awarded $240,000.11, to begin those classes. And then the branch of Nashville will be awarded $120,000.
So what you guys are voting on today is these grants with these partners moving forward.
Say it again, use branch with these partners. I didn't hear the end.
These grants are, your vote is for these grants to move forward with these
Oh.
partners.
Okay.
So NICE starts on 127, and I believe the branch of Nashville grant document starts on 142.
It has all of the breakdowns for each amount.
These are new relationships because we got that Carnegie, yeah.
And it's also through our adult literacy program. And Jamil Simon is the program supervisor for that.
Like it's just for staff and supplies.
That's correct.
Well, and if you look at 141 and 155, you have a nice summary of each.
That's their spending plans.
Yeah.
Questions and discussion?
Susan, do you feel confident that we have the resources to complete this grant?
Yes.
Yes.
Just,
Thank you, Jarvis.
let me,
Keith?
I'm sure I've already read this, but let me read it.
And I can answer any questions about the programs as well, if you guys have any. Since this is a new initiative that we'll be pursuing.
And where is this done?
So NICE will have the classes at the Donaldson branch, Madison branch, Edmondson Pike branch, Thompson Lane, Hermitage, and the branch of Nashville will hold their classes at the Southeast location.
I'm not familiar with the branch of Nashville. Who's the branch of Nashville?
They're ESL provider. They do a lot of different community services throughout Nashville, but one of the main ones is to teach ESL classes. And the classes, for the students in each class, it'll be pulled from each organization's wait list.
So we've never worked with these folks before.
No, not NPL directly, but adult literacy has. Those are familiar organizations of our current program.
If approved, can we get a report?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you're saying you have worked with them before, or you haven't worked?
The adult literacy team has, yes. But separate from providing ESL classes for NPO. So this is actually a new program that we're offering.
I still don't understand whether you've had experience working with.
The answer is yes, that they have.
They have
The adult
not-
literacy services program that we have at NPL has worked with these two
So they have
partners before, but
experience.
not
We
for
just
this
haven't had
particular
a
purpose.
contract with them to do this with the library.
Yes,
sounds like.
because this is new.
There's a relationship
They
with
have,
them.
they
Yes.
have a relationship with all of our library experiences with other community organizations. They have worked together before.
That's
So that's why they think this is good, for us to enter into a contract with them to do the services at the library. I'm assuming.
That's correct.
That's
they're
what I'm
both great
hearing. I hadn't talked to you.
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm being told that NICE is also a NASA provider.
That's correct as well.
So in that instance, yes, we have worked them through NASA.
As a,
At least
and
it's
all
nice,
those-
yeah.
Yes.
Great question, though. Any other questions?
I think she's saying, get me out the hot seat.
My heart's like this a little bit. It's fine though.
Well, once we're signing contracts, we need to know.
They're
Madam
anxious
Chair.
to start the program.
I so move.
Jarvis, motion. Rosalind, second.
We voting on both contracts or one?
Yes.
Both contracts.
We can do that, right?
I would
You do them
prefer
one
that
at a
you
time.
vote on them separately, but they're listed on
Okay,
the agenda
okay,
together.
okay. So
Withdraw.
Jarvis,
I
withdraw.
so move on the first contract that was presented.
With
the-
NICE.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Rosalind is seconding, that we enter to the contract with NICE. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion carried to enter into contract with NICE. So the second contract, is with, I forgot that fast. The branch. Do we need a motion on the floor?
So move.
Kate, who's seconded? Can I have a second?
Second.
Second, Rosalind. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Thank you. Thank you for doing this.
Appreciate it.
Great job.
Well done.
Yes.
Great job.
Good job, good job.
The next two contracts, apparently they are not listed separately either.
Oasis and,
Our Oasis Center, those are direct fund grants. We've been doing
what's
it
a page,
for
please?
years. Oh, sorry. The first one is on page 157.
Yeah.
And that is for the Mayor's Youth Council grant. It's $30,000.
Okay.
The other one's 175.
The other one is $250,000.
And where does that money come from?
And it starts on page 175, and that's for College Connection.
Okay, wait a minute. Why don't we
Where-
just
where
do
is
it one at a time?
Okay.
So let's do Oasis first.
Well, they're both Oasis.
They're both Oasis.
Let's do the
Gotcha,
part
gotcha.
But the first one,
So
the
the
first one,
the first contract is for the.
Mayor's
the
Youth Council.
organization, the youth engagement for the mayors.
and it's $30,000. We've been doing this since Mayor Dean.
Okay.
So, again, they're,
Come from, where does the money come from? Is it just regular
It's Metro
budget?
money, yeah.
Yeah, Metro money.
it's actually in NASA's budget. When Mayor Dean left office, that money was moved out of the mayor's office to the library. And so we have, since Mayor Dean left office, we have been providing these grants for Oasis.
Okay.
So the first one is $30,000, and it's for the Mayor's Youth Council.
Move approval.
Okay.
Second.
Keith with approval, second by Kate. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved for the youth council with.
The second one starts on page 175, and that is for, also with the Oasis Center, and it's for the College Connection. It's training seniors to get into college.
I move to approve.
Jarvis. Second, Katie. Any questions or
And
discussion?
this is also just
This is
budgeted
coming
Metro
from-
money, right? Okay.
Correct.
Council? Kate?
I'm on NASA's board, and Anna and Terry kind of ran this meeting in the last week or so, and Phyllis Hildreth was there, who's the new mayor's appointment to the Office of Youth Safety.
Okay.
So there's going to be a coordinated initiative around youth, and they define youth as 13 to 25, and,
This Phyllis Hildreth?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, the library's involvement in these programs, I think, will be increasingly appreciated.
Phyllis is
She's a,
very stickler.
yeah,
She's a very detailed person.
Yeah.
She's not the co-chair with me, so the mayor appoints the co-chair for NASA, and so she's.
No, she's an attorney, and she's worked in state youth programs and all of that.
So this kind of comes under NASA as a budgeted I mean, it's, okay.
That's where the budget is in our budget, yes.
And it flows through your committee. Yours Okay.
Phyllis,
On his
Dr. Hill.
energy.
Dr. Hill.
It's a good place for us to be, Tom.
I'm sorry about the page numbers. You know, with us not being at Maine, we did not get some of these documents until yesterday. And so what happens is Emily is having to go to another location and put these packets together, because then normally Valerie would do it, because that's something she would do when she's answering the phones. But so normally we do put the page numbers, so I apologize.
No, the page numbers are here.
No,
we
like
just
on
have
our
more
agenda part. No,
Get
on
it all
the,
good.
usually on the agenda, we would say on page whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
you all,
you.
well, have we voted on this? Did
Not
we
yet.
vote? Okay.
No, we have not. Any more discussion on this second contract with Oasis, the college program? I forgot whether we had a motion.
We had a motion and a
Yes, and
second.
a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Who seconded? Kate
I made
seconded.
the motion.
I made the motion.
Did you make the motion?
I made the
I'll
motion, you
Okay,
seconded.
Sounds good. I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposition? All right, motion approved. Okay.
I make a general observation, Madam Chair.
Yes.
You know, we just approved several grants here, and, you know, and I think what we approved is really good, definitely for the community. My only thing is to make sure, metaphorically speaking, when it comes to our staff fulfilling these grants, we are not putting them in a position where they have to take their bottom lip and pull it over their head to get things accomplished. So we want to make sure that the staff is definitely taken care of and balanced and not overworked.
And I think we'd have to, as a board, realizes that we had not been approving, you know, all of the grants singly. So we really have not seen this much paper before. So I think if we get it, when we get this information in email now ahead of time, we have to be sure to look at it, because we're looking at more than we've seen before.
And trying to impart the importance of getting it to myself and Emily in a timely fashion so that we, you know, can send it to you all.
Well, I don't see how
And
you all
we
are,
might have more questions, but that's fine.
I don't see how y'all are doing what you're doing. I mean, I just, this is just ridiculous that the library's been closed this long. And for you all to be, I don't know, working out of the back of your car, or whatever you're doing, is amazing.
Yeah.
And y'all not to be asked to do that. And, you know, we had these guys here at the last meeting 2 months ago, and they were all sunny and bright, and, you know, oh, we're getting this done, and then nothing happens.
Yeah, and we didn't know. We didn't know
I
that
just,
we'd have
I just think
other-
it's a terrible place to put
we'd
you
have
on now.
other things to tell us. Something that happened 25 years ago shouldn't have happened. They didn't know.
But that's why I said, even though when you look,
Codes
that's why I
change,
said,
I
even though when you look at the data, even though it may be down in certain areas, it still looked pretty good, even with the main library down. It shows you the impact that y'all are still making.
And actually, I texted Larry because he was here before. So what happened is that August of '24, they were having issues with the reporting from wireless appliance. So Cisco had to make some coding changes to correct the issue. He said we typically run in the 40 to 50K range. So that's from Larry about why the numbers look down in the packet. And then Emily's going to go back and check the Envisionware. He
I think
was
for us
here.
to have, you know, the technology, we always have Jarvis.
Oh, no
But I
pressure.
think to have him here to really explain, and we can ask our dumb questions, since
But he
we're
did-
not in that area.
He said August was up 4K uses.
I think. Yeah, I think he's on his way in.
Okay.
Oh, he's hiding.
And 6K for July.
Don't put
Let's,
me in
let's
that-
move on. We got
Yeah,
two of
yeah,
them.
Yeah, because it's time, it's 1:10.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Susan.
1:10, there you are.
Have a seat, Larry.
For my T.I.T. person,
We
I have
still
some
have a
questions.
long way to
Yeah.
go too. So, and I think that was the brief answer, okay?
I gave him your answer. So I
Okay,
think you might be
so,
okay. Susan.
Can we just move on then? Agree
Now
to
that
move
Larry
on?
stopped for you.
So, Susan has one other item.
One other item, but it's not in the agenda. It's just voting on Terry's 2% open range. As you know, Anything that library employees get across the board, Terry automatically gets. But anything above that has to be approved by the library board. And all open range staff this year received the 2%. So this is requesting that Terry also receive the same 2% as other open range employees got.
Move approval.
Second.
Got 2 seconds. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Okay. So, Andrea?
Do you think she said that she could do this next month since we're running over, or do you want her to, because we still have, well, we usually are here, but we just wanted to check.
Okay.
It's up to you, Madam Chair.
I think let's go with it. I think let's go. Library sign up. Tell
Network
us.
is good.
Let's end on this positive note, because we've done a lot of technology
Here's all
and
your
grants. Let's end with,
I'll come get it.
No, don't you want us to pass it around?
You should have.
yeah.
All right.
Well, you do too, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate the board for giving me your time. My name is Andrea. I have the great privilege of leading marketing and communications at the library. Chairperson Cersei, Mr. Simmons, Ms. Ezel, Ms. Carpenter, Ms. Varney, and Mr. Rand. You all have entrusted Terry with the health and wellness of the library, and she has in turn entrusted her senior leadership team with the same. So what I get to talk to you about today is about one of those indicators of health, which is our customer base and growing our customer base. So to that end, I'm going to report out to you on a campaign that is happening right now. I will deliver to you on behalf of my team a full campaign brief at the end of this campaign. We wrap in September. But let me briefly talk you through opportunity, strategy, tactics, and where we are so far. I want to make this quick because what I have to say is less important than the questions and feedback you all, I'm sure, will have for me. So the name of this campaign says it all. This is obviously National Library Card Sign-Up Month, and so common sense dictates that this is a customer acquisition campaign for us. But I do want to emphasize that this is also a customer retention campaign. And when I take you through the strategy and the campaign theme for this year, you'll see why, and I'll explain why. I do also want to always remind you all that a customer acquisition campaign for the library is a lead acquisition campaign. That's because we have when you sign up for a library card, you give us your email address, and you are then put into our 2 email marketing funnels. So you're put into a citywide email marketing funnel. We actually, anachronistic or not, have a great email marketing engine. It works great for us. We have got a citywide e-news subscriber base of more than 200,000 subscribers. So you're put into that citywide funnel first, and then you're set into a hyperlocal email marketing funnel. We also do the work of mapping our customers, geo-mapping them to their home branch. Everybody here knows that you love National Public Library, but you love your home branch first and foremost. So we have worked with branch managers to set up an entire hyperlocal email marketing infrastructure so that you're hearing from the library as a whole, but you're also hearing from the people that you see every week. And then this is also what on my team we call a halo effect campaign. And I'm borrowing from the Japanese business philosophy here of the virtuous cycle. Here's what I mean about that. Every time the library acquires a customer and we acquire that email address, we were very intentional about creating an infrastructure with the foundation whereby the foundation gets that lead acquisition as well. So that customer is now experiencing us citywide, us hyperlocally, and then kind of getting the warm introduction to the foundation as well. That is what success is going to look like for us with this campaign. Acquisition, retention, lead acquisition, the virtuous cycle. Sean's gazing at me lovingly as we talk about that. And success for us is going to look like about 4,000 library card signups by the end of this campaign. Emily Kriebel, who is our new statistical analysis, did some consultation with us based on what we've done just not above the board on average regular course of work during September's. For past years, we're looking at about 4,000 for this month, which looks like success. So I'm going to talk briefly about strategy. Everybody here knows how to talk about a library card. Everybody watching knows how to talk about it. Our staff do it every day. They're incredible ambassadors for the library. Really, our challenge was to tailor and slim down and refine the focus and the message a little bit for this year. And so we decided to go with a key value proposition or customer value proposition that we really think works, which is what you're looking at before you, which is our Stream Smarter campaign. So again, I don't have to convince anyone on the line watching the broadcast or in this room about how much people love the fact that you don't have to pay the other guys. You can get free audiobooks, free ebooks. Actually, Metro Law gave us some friendly advice not to actually name the other guys, so we're not going to call them by name, but we do like to allude to the fact that you can always save when you stream smarter. And so you're looking right now at the two creatives coming out of this campaign. As always, this is a full channel campaign, and I really again want to thank and recognize Terry and the senior leadership team for having the foresight to invest in a fully staffed multi-channel integrated marketing team in-house. What that means for the city and for the library is that you're saving a lot of dollars. As I love Katie Varney, and you're also saving a lot of dollars that you would otherwise perhaps be paying a public relations agency, unless they're Katie's and they were doing it pro bono for us for many, many years. That also frees up any dollars that we might have for an ad buy. And so while we're able to secure great organic, creative, and campaign for you all, ad buy dollars are always a plus. I do want to thank and recognize my colleague Kyle Barber. He's here with us today. His FY25 and 26 workforce culture committees have stepped up and are funding our socials ad buy this year. And we also were able to place a billboard ad buy. And I'll be showing you all that in my full campaign brief when we wrap this campaign. Another thing that I'm really glad that we did, and I think we did a good job, is to provide a socials toolkit. You all may have seen my email to the board earlier this month. We would like to make this campaign as turnkey and as plug and play as possible. I do want to thank Ms. Ezel for coming to us and asking how she can support the campaign, and then we were able to connect her with my colleague on our team, Katie, who is our socials lead. So let me talk very quickly about where we are. In a nutshell, I'm happy with where we are. I think my team is feeling good about where we are. Axios did run a morning exclusive on September 2nd when we launched this campaign. The earned coverage continues to come in. My colleague Joan is right at the back of the room. She was with News 5 this morning. We have seen 1,200 clicks so far from the socials ad buy. We did see a spike on September 5 when we launched the socials ad buy. One thing I'm very good at doing is asking people for money. So I've gone back to Kyle to ask for more money. He has graciously agreed to make some more available. So we're going to continue that ad buy. And again, we're trending well. So last year, this time, from September 2nd through the 15th, we had 4,311 clicks on the Get a Card page. This year, in same time period to date, we have just more than 5,000 clicks. Now, again, that is not conversion. Obviously, right now we're just tracking clicks, but we are hopeful for the conversion. And one thing that I really want you all to know about my team, besides how incredible they are, is we birth a campaign. We put it out into the world, and then we nurture it, kind of like Big and Bright, every day. We nurture it along, we watch it, we measure it, so we're committed to getting you all and our colleagues results. I'm happy to take any questions, feedback, ideas. I do want to just, again, thank you all for your leadership, thank Terry for her trust in us, and thank everyone across the library system. Hopefully you all have always heard me say my team and I have the best job in the house. We don't do the work. We get to show off the work of our colleagues who are so committed to this library every day and doing transformational work. So it is a great privilege to sit at this table and talk about it.
Do you want to talk about council?
Yes.
And-
Oh, Lord. Thank you for reminding me of that. So another thing that I'm really, thank you, pleased about with this campaign is the community kind of surround support sound that we've secured. Actually, the day I had it on my list to call the vice mayor's office to ask if they'd like to participate again, her staff called us. This will be a second year in the row. They are going to have a photographer at Metro Council this evening. Council members will take a picture with their card. They've asked for batches of this collateral so that council members can distribute them within their districts. The mayor's office, Mayor Connell, has been supportive of this campaign on socials. The vice mayor did get out on her socials and echo this campaign. And I do want to thank Sean and the foundation team. We were able to share the toolkit with the library ambassadors, who I know are also sharing this campaign. We are just very, very, very lucky to work and live in a city that loves its library from
The back of your trunk, too. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
from the metro,
Just kidding.
from the metro seal down, from the top office down. We're very, very, very fortunate. So.
I would just like to say I appreciate the emails that you send in the news. It's very informative and keeps us in touch. And I think we spoke earlier about the trends, and I think that's the engagement. It's a great tool, and the results are evident. So
Thank you. I
for
appreciate
all
that.
you do.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Do you do any marketing on the university campuses to get cards?
We do, actually. So we are in discussions again, Tara, if I may, in discussions again with Belmont University to keep that going. Sue Mazros,
Bill, David Lipscomb?
we are, so Landon
Rebecca, everybody.
Land-
TSU?
Landon Earps at Hadley Park Branch is working with Tennessee State University. He's done some really strategic and impressive stuff to get that across the finish line, to get library cards to those students. And then from there, we'd like to continue to build out that model. You might all recall that the Belmont model was such that we worked with the university librarian there to get basically courtesy enrollment for all freshman classes. Freshman students coming in. It netted about 2,000 cards for us. And then, of course, out of the Edge Hill branch, that branch manager, she got those customers geo-mapped to her, right?
She sent something online to it.
Jahan is excellent at Edge Hill branch. And there's a lot of synergy there, right? Because, at Belmont, you've got to get convocation points. You've got to get service hours so you can volunteer at Edge Hill and come use resources. So it's been a successful model.
Make a suggestion. We go, they give the free cards so that the students can ride free on We Go. At orientation, and when the parents come in for the summer orientation before classes even start, the designated person to work with We Go has a session for the parents and the students to know that this is available to them, and they ask questions. We may well do something in tandem so that they know not only can you ride the bus free, you can get the card free, a library card, and take the bus free to go to wherever you want to
Go to the
go.
library
So we may want to do
with
something. We may want to do something and let that same person who's on all these college campuses as a designated person who explains how to get involved with that. Let that same person do it.
We'll reach out to them.
Yeah,
For sure.
okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Curious, how many library card holders do we have outside Davidson County on a percentage basis?
It's embarrassing that I don't have that number for you. I can pull it for you. Let me get right back to you on it.
I'm just curious. Talking about students, that's great, and then students move away, and
Yep.
and people get library, non-students move away.
Yes.
And so we must have a lot of people who have library cards who can access online stuff at the library.
That's going to actually be an agenda item for our next month's meeting, our out-of-service areas. That was one of the topics that I talked to the mayor about. So we'll talk about that. It'll be on next month's agenda.
I know in your board packets, we have the latest number on library card holders. I just didn't memorize it to be able to handle your question in a sophisticated manner.
It doesn't.
It doesn't have.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, all right. Yeah, we can get those numbers here.
How does 48% compare to other cities our size?
I have not benchmarked us. I will say, though, to your point about customer drop-off, we did implement a few years after I took this job what I call a preventative win-back campaign. So what we do is don't wait until, if someone hasn't used their account for a number of years, they would normally just get purged. What we've done is it's really easy, just preventative win-back, where we reach out to them and say, hey, if you just click on one thing, you stay a customer, we'd hate to lose you. We are seeing very, very good retention numbers from that drop-off. So that is at least one thing to mitigate, people move, people graduate from school. But we are paying attention to not kind of hemorrhaging out the bottom of the funnel.
We want to thank you so much, because you do, it's just phenomenal. And Katie, they're not paying you, but thank you for that advice too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
This
Whatever
last
Andrea
5
tells
minutes
me to do.
belongs to Suzanne Robinson from Inglewood.
And while Suzanne's coming up, we get about $60,000 a year in out-of-service areas. That's $10 cards. So if my math is right, we have about 6,000 out-of-service area library card holders.
Welcome, Suzanne.
Members of the Library Board, Administration, and guests, I want to welcome you to the Inglewood branch. Tomorrow, September 17th, we will, tomorrow, September 17th, marks the branch's 56th year of service to the Inglewood community. This branch offers a variety of programs for children and adults. We have the very popular Mr. Andrew. He is known all over the area. He offers 3 story times every week, 2 for babies and 1 for preschoolers. These programs are extremely popular, and they average about 30 attendees per program. We began offering Adventure Club and a book club for school age, averaging about 10 participants per session. For adults, we offer 3 book clubs, including one that is for banned books, a monthly craft program, and we have weekly laughter yoga. And each of these programs averages 8 to 12 participants per program. We do quite a bit of outreach for a branch this size. Mr. Andrew visits 4 to 6 school groups per month during the school year, interacting with 60 to 80 children on each visit. Children's librarian Melanie Ivanoff represents the branch at larger outreach opportunities, including back-to-school festivals and end-of-school programs. During the past year, the adult staff has represented the library at 5 community events, including the Nashville Black History Expo and Nashville Comic-Con. That was our 3rd year in a row at Comic-Con. Also, the branch has developed a good relationship with the Inglewood Neighborhood Association, participating in monthly meetings and community events. Since 2015, INA has presented the branch with approximately $7,000 in donations. This has funded programs like the annual visit from Santa, craft supplies, the TV and soundbar that you see at the end of the room, and a laptop for branch programming use. That's a brief.
Thank you so much.
What's your total staff, full-time staff on site?
When we are fully staffed, there are 7 of us. Right now, we have 2 vacancies.
Is Mr. Andrew a full-time staff member?
Yes, he is. All of our staff are full-time.
And how long have you been with the library?
I've been with the library since 2003.
Okay.
Before that, I was at the Dixon County Public Library for almost 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And I've been at Inglewood since 2006.
You're gonna get the hang of this at some point.
I'm trying. I am trying. Again, thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Suzanne has a wonderful relationship with Councilmember Benedict, and she loves the library, so I appreciate all the staff do. Macy, do you want to introduce your new staff member?
Yes. So this is Kelly from my office. So Kelly and I are working together. She will probably attend a lot of these meetings with me. She may attend some on her own. We may have to tag team some. But this is Kelly. So
You got baptism by fire today. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much.
And Kelly's worked in our office since 2019, so she's not new
Oh,
to
yeah, no, you're
Metro
not
Legal, but she's new to my team.
You're pre-COVID.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
pre-COVID.
Okay. So you went through a lot. Okay. Anything else beside next month? We are at Hermitage.
You know, today has been a very interesting meeting. You could tell that we have not met in a while, and it's just really good
It
to
is
see
a lot.
everyone.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at the library, the first thing that comes to my mind is customer service. The next thing that comes to my mind is 4 words about the library in the area of customer service. Requests, response, and follow-up management. You have shown an aristocratic service today in those areas in this meeting. This book was full of requests. You respond to every question like an expert, and you follow up on every question on things that we talked about in the past. And I'm grateful that we are here today to see that you all continue to make an impact in the community. That's it.
Thank you, Charles. Charles and I were talking before the meeting got started too, and we're saying, you know, we're not downtown with the bonus, besides coming to see the branches, is to see how the neighborhoods have changed out in this area. I was looking at the houses, I haven't been over here in so long. Everything's changed so much, so we get to see, we get to see that too. So that's good. That's good, because we can see the library in context of the changing neighborhood. Yeah. Anything else?
We'll bring you the dates for the 26th calendar year for the board meetings, and we talked about having them at the branches because of the parking situation at the main library. So,
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right. Adjourn. Thank you.